The psychologist B.F. Skinner famously claimed that he could teach any animal to do anything it was physically capable of doing, simply by starting at the level of behavior the animal was already emitting, and then slowly raising the bar. For example, to teach a pigeon to bowl, he started by giving the pigeon a piece of food just for looking toward the ball. Raising the bar in tiny increments over many trials, Skinner could teach the pigeon this unnatural behavior. Skinner called this process shaping because he said it was like forming a sculpture out of a lump of clay. Shaping allows us to teach our learners to do extraordinary things. Did you know that most species of dolphin don't naturally jump up out of the water? When you see this behavior in captive dolphins, it has often actually been shaped by their trainers. Football, golf, and dance coaches have used shaping to help their athletes achieve optimal motor movements. Innovative surgery programs teach trainees complex techniques using shaping. This dog is learning to pick up and retrieve an unlikely object. Before starting the process, the trainer did a task analysis, breaking the behavior up into many tiny steps. Then in the training session, she rewards all correct responses at each step on the way to the final behavior. Incorrect responses aren't punished, but they aren't reinforced. The timing of each reward is very important so that the learner knows exactly what behavior is being rewarded. Okay. Yeah! It is actually unnecessary to focus at all on wrong responses when you're teaching a new behavior. The experience of researchers, clinicians, and other professionals demonstrates that learners, human and non-human, tend to do better when there is only positive reinforcement. So why does shaping with positive reinforcement work so well? It elicits discretionary effort. That's the psychological term for when your learner goes above and beyond. It harnesses the effects of classical conditioning, and it gives your learner control. You might be thinking, what does this have to do with real life if I'm not a pet owner or a pro athlete? Know any young children?
Toothbrushing a young child's teeth can often be very challenging.
Can you imagine every day being held down, struggling and unable to escape while something scary and painful is done to you? All the fear and frustration you see in these videos is totally unnecessary. But the saddest thing is that all these women are dentists. These clips come from instructional videos about how best to brush young children's teeth.
Or scream at you, but that's just part of it.
These dentists have all taken an oath to do no harm, yet they're completely ignoring the harm of the learning that these children are experiencing right now.
Then I can see your teeth.
Remember classical conditioning. What happens when these kids grow up? One study found that 16.1% of over 7,000 adults surveyed had high fear of the dentist, a phenomenon that contributes to poor health outcomes. We can shape this same teeth-brushing behavior with positive reinforcement. What do you think is the emotional state of this child? How will this child feel about teeth brushing for the rest of his life? Positive reinforcement can be used to teach any behavior you can operationalize or define. One last thought. Isn't shaping behavior with positive reinforcement manipulative? Using positive reinforcement to shape someone else's behavior means that you do need to plan ahead and think a lot harder about their behavior and your behavior during the interaction. But using positive reinforcement is the opposite of manipulation. The beautiful thing is that if you use positive reinforcement instead of force and intimidation to shape behavior, your learner is in control of the learning process. It's up to them how fast they progress, and it's their choice whether to participate. So really, shaping with positive reinforcement is the ultimate way to show respect for your learner during a teaching process. The technology of shaping behavior through positive reinforcement belongs to a discipline called applied behavior analysis. Check out these resources to help you get started with your own shaping plans. Thanks for watching.